Hello, my name is Ana Salazar. I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas. I am a generalist counselor and a clinical case manager at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi in the University Counseling Center. This video is a series in collaboration with Grad to bring you suggestions on how to survive graduate school. As a professional, I'm here to give you real-life tips and suggestions and recommendations so you can succeed in your education. On a personal note, I get it. I work full-time, I'm a parent, and I'm also a full-time second-year doctoral student. Hopefully there's something in this video that you can take away with you to help you not only survive, but to thrive in your education and in your career path. Let's go. Hey y'all. So this video is going to target stress. And what I mean by targeting stress is really going to be to try to help you as an individual describe it and identify it. So we hear lots of things, right? Like we know we're stressed. We know that there's stress everywhere. There's positive stress and there's negative stress. Sometimes positive stress is what you need to get through the finish line. Sometimes athletes like to use stress to propel themselves to do their best, or, I'm not saying procrastinate, but I am saying that sometimes a deadline or the stress of a deadline might make you want to focus better. This is really going to target identifying your own personal stress, okay? Because if you can't identify it, if you can't define it, you can't tackle it. I'm gonna look back and forth in my notes. So there's really the most common stressors that we see for graduate students is time and the struggle of the juggle, okay? Having to work, having to study, having to research. This is a different level of studying and research than you've probably ever done before, okay? And this is gonna be a different kind of learning, a different kind of demand on your time, demand on your family, demand on all the other things that you have to do, right? You can be changing roles, you can be changing responsibilities, professionally, personally, academically, with your interpersonal relationships. There's a bunch of change, okay? There's sometimes fear, the stress of fear, of feeling inadequate, of not knowing what you're doing, of how do I ask for the resources, how do I access the things that I need. So just this, I don't know what to do kind of stress. And then sometimes there's some stressors around like needing more support than you thought you would need, needing more assistance in different areas that you really didn't think you needed help with before, right? So you succeeded and you were successful in your goals before. That's how you got into grad school to begin with, right? And so, now I need extra stuff. How do I do that? How do I manage that? This is all stressing me out. Number one, stop comparing your stressors to other people. Everybody has different needs. I would like to encourage you to take a step back, look at your stressors, what are your things you have going on in your plate, and then go forward from there. Because really, we can have this concept of I'm stressed out, but if we don't name it, we can't tame it, okay? So we have to name it so we can figure out what to do. And we're gonna do that by really figuring out what is stressful to me and what is impacting me, okay? And then trying to figure out from there, is it a challenge or is it a problem? You're supposed to be challenged in graduate school. You're supposed to be challenged in reaching these new goals and learning these new things. That's supposed to be a challenge. But has it progressed into a problem is what you need to figure out. And then what are your emotions or your reactions to this challenge or problem, this stressor, okay? Is it a typical kind of good stress for you? Do you like to be challenged in learning new things or a new research technique or something? Or is this an area that's putting so much stress on you that you're having to learn new systems or whatever that may look like for you, right? So how are you reacting to it? Is it good? Is it positive? Is it going to propel you and it's just a lot of extra work? Or is it something that's dragging you down and you really need some extra support for that? And then, I'm looking at my notes, y'all. And then how can you realistically address it? Like what can you do? You can't not take that course. You can't not write your thesis or whatever the challenge may be, but how can you address it and tackle it? And so in case you're not familiar, I'm a full-time counselor, and I'm also a second-year doctoral student. And I'm a non-traditional student too, so I started college at a later age. I wasn't 18 when I started college. I was 25 when I first entered in higher education. And then I got my bachelor's, and I got my master's degree, and then I worked for a while, and now I'm coming back again. So I too am having to relearn and refigure out what are my stressors, how do I juggle things, so I get it. These are also things that I tell my clients as a counselor, like, let's take a step back and let's really identify it. If we can't name it, we can't tame it, we can't control it, we can't make the changes that we need to unless we can really be kind of specific with it. And so, because I can't work with all of you individually, I'm just gonna give you all kind of a blanket example. And I'm gonna walk you through kind of a thought process, okay, and what that might look like. And I want you to try to apply that for you the next time you get stressed. So what is stressful or impactful for me, okay? There is not enough time in the world to do all the assigned reading in all of my courses, much less all of the recommended reading. It would take me a year to finish one course if I read all the stuff that is recommended and that's assigned, okay? And that stresses me out. So is this a challenge or is this a problem? That depends. Math is not my thing, statistics is not my thing. So in my advanced quantitative course, this is more of a problem. It's something that I really have to address. In my advanced counseling theories course, this may just kind of be a challenge. It's not really a problem. Okay, I'm a little more familiar with that course. I have a better grasp of those concepts. And so what are my emotions and reactions to this? In quant, my emotions are like, I'm never gonna learn this, like this is just too hard, I'm overwhelmed. And in advanced counseling strategies, I'm just a little frustrated. It's not bringing me down, it's just, like how am I gonna read all that, right? And so how can I realistically address it? Well, in quant, I'm gonna have to ask for help. I'm gonna have to reach out to my professors, reach out to the GAs, reach out to my peers who are in cohorts above me, like, hey, are there different strategies for this? Do you have like a Quant for Dummies book I can borrow? Or is there like a cheat sheet or something that I can use to really grasp a lot of this information in a more streamlined, more functional way? There's just too much, and this is a hard course for me. And so then in my advanced strategies class, I might maybe just read up on the areas that I don't know that much about, or maybe just skim the material to make sure that I know the highlights and the talking points, and then focus more on the chapters where I'm a little weaker in those areas. Okay, so that's really it. This is not kind of groundbreaking, but this is something that I think we need to let y'all know, is that how you can break it down. I'm stressed, there's a bunch of stuff, but let's narrow it down. What exactly are you stressed about? I'm stressed about the reading. Is this a challenge or is this a problem? In one area it's a challenge, in one area it's a problem. Okay, how am I reacting to this? Is this just going to help me focus better, or is this coming overwhelming? And then how can I realistically address it? Okay, do I need to reach out for help? Do I need to develop a different strategy? That kind of thing. So overall, the takeaway from this video is stop comparing your stressors to other people's. Everybody has different stuff going on. Everybody has different needs, different goals, different programs, different writing, reading, learning styles, different supports, different mentorships, different families, right? Everybody has their own thing. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Take a step back, figure out what are my stressors, I need to name it, and then figure out how to tame it, okay? Hopefully those steps are helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos, or check out some of the other resources on the Grad website for more information. Or as always, reach out to the University Counseling Centers to get some of that one-on-one consultation so we can help you figure out some of this stuff, so that you can succeed. Till next time.